hope you guys are having an amazing February. Can't believe we're here. And definitely stay tuned. Make sure you like and subscribe this video and channel so you can get all updates in terms of travel, inspiration, tips, motivational. We also are having some amazing speakers also on this platform that are also going to be talking about what they do, kind of like their story behind it. So definitely make sure you're in all of the information because we definitely want to make sure that you get everything. So, for those of you who do not know me, my name is Taishita. I am the founder and CEO of Luxury Travels by Dreamy Designer Events, where we curate elite experiences worldwide. And we also facilitate retreats so you can rediscover, reconnect, and reset your life so that you can come back a better version of yourself. So, with that being said, we're going to dive into our February destination of the month, which is Rhode Island. This destination actually honestly caught me completely off guard. I've always knew of it. I've had a ton of clients who have been, especially if they wanted something to do, go away for the weekend, something that was different than the norm, or just something that was a little bit more low key that they wanted to experience, which was amazing. There's a ton of things to do. But actually going there, I went back a few years ago and it really caught me off guard. I really feel like it's one of those hidden gem destinations that you really wouldn't have expected it to be as nice as it was. And when I say nice, there's things to do, but it's also very more laid back. So if you wanted to scroll by where they have like their water, as well as some of their shops and cafes, during the summertime, they have a lot of different events that they run every other weekend. So it's one of those places where it's like there's a lot to do, but you don't really realize how nice it is and how relaxing until you're there. So, with that being said, our initial reasoning going there is a lot of us were really big seafood lovers as well. And in Rhode Island itself, they do have one of their cities where they actually have this amazing seafood buffet, and it's pretty much all you can eat for a certain amount of time, but it's seafood is every possible thing you can think of. The nice thing about it, it's not just the food that they provide. They also do have an amazing area outside where they have like almost like I want to say like fire pits. They have a lake behind it. Take pictures. You can relax with their family. They have cheers. They do also do like live music, different events, things of that manner. So it's like you go there for this thing because it's a little bit outside of like where everything is, but once you're there, you can actually spend a quite, a good amount of time there because of everything that they have. But definitely went there. We also got a chance to experience Providence as well as Newport and a few other places. We did a few tours. And I really want to point out too that it has a lot of history that I don't think most people know either. And a lot of their tours, whether it was their food tour, whether it was their walking, historic tour, they even have boat tours as well. They all kind of point out certain things that really was able to have us connect. They have a ton of different houses, mansions that also has a story to behind either how they originated, the people who own it, the people who have owned it or still do if it's still in their family. So it definitely really was one of those destinations where we kind of really went there on like we wanted to try something new. I have a ton of clients that have been there and I hear all these things about it, but I was like, let's just figure it out and going there and depending on the city that you're going to, or I do recommend, depending on how long you're going, if you're going for a weekend, you probably can split it between two of their most popular cities and different places where you can stay, which I'll be going into that in a little bit. But also, if you're going and you do want that luxury of being able to explore, you can easily go rent a car and then you get that flexibility to be able to go. Some of the places are a half an hour, some are even shorter, other ones are longer, but it gives you that flexibility to really step out and see everything they have to offer. If you want more of a beach experience, city, shopping, want to try to taste some of the local food, seafood, if you want to experience some of the culture and the history, they do have trolleys and bus tours. So they have a lot of stuff to do, but it was amazing, honestly. And it's nice too because it reminds me of like a laid back city that has a lot of charm to it. So it's kind of like one of the things that we did in Providence was also like it was like a small boat tour, but it was like a twilight. So you seen it during like day as the sunset was gorgeous, but it took you through it, and you also can see a lot of the history. They'll show you some of the original stones. So it was really cool because it was like, oh, this is nice, relaxing, very like down to earth, but you're also learning a lot at the same time. In this area that they have, honestly, it was mind blowing. I could literally just walk up and down it all day if I had to. And they have a ton of different shops, cafes, restaurants. They have a whole lot of hotels, even in this particular area, which is why I said if you're going for a couple of days or a weekend, you can kind of stay in either area. If you're going and you want that flexibility to be able to see multiple cities, maybe go explore some things outside of it because there's a lot of different even local restaurants that may not be in the area, but they're only like a short drive or a short Uber drive away that you can definitely experience. So, with that being said, let me go into some of the top hotels that I do recommend. Again, there are so many places to stay. It really just depends on what you're looking for, who you're going for, if you're going with family, adults, kids, if depending on who is going and the type of experience you want, each of these places has accommodations for everyone. I'm just only going to touch on a handful of them because honestly, I'll be here all month, if not longer, if I try to catch up on all of them. But it's just to kind of give you an idea. Definitely, as always, in the description below, we'll have a link if you want to talk more about it. I've loved connecting with so many people already. And like I said, definitely feel free, shoot us an email, schedule a consultation, whatever you want, and we'll definitely be able to help you. But on that note, let's dive in so you can see what different accommodations they have to offer. And here we are with Rhode Island, top four hotels. I am going to split it between a couple of different destinations in terms of cities you can stay in. Again, like I said, there's a ton of different options. I just want to kind of give you a little bit of a taste of each of them. But again, if you really want to hone into it, have questions, or you really want to dive more deeper, whether it's going by yourself, going with a group of people, or anything in that manner, definitely feel free to reach out to us because we will love to make sure that you're going to be at accommodation or location that fits the vibe that you're looking for. So, with our first one, this one, I'm not really sure if people have stayed at their brand of hotel before. They actually have hotels everywhere. They have it throughout the US. They even have it internationally as well. Their brand is really amazing. This is kind of it. I tell people it's kind of more of like it's a traditional meets modern. So they make sure that you're getting the quality regardless of where you're staying, the service, the food, the amenities, but you're also going to get that little taste of where you are as well. So here you're going to get a lot of more of the warm areas because this hotel is located like literally in a center area where you're walkable to many different things that you can do there. And you're also located in an area where you can just walk right outside and just go for a stroll if you want. It wants to hone in onto not only just the city itself, but also the culture where you are as well. It's really nice. This is kind of if you want to go leisure. Or say, for example, if you want to have a business, if you're going for business. So some people have conferences, conventions, also have people who host events, whether it's like a 2 or 3 day event. And this is really good for them as well. They have multiple rooms, multiple meeting spaces. So it just depends on what you're looking to go for, but they kind of hit it all over. It's also nice if you're having, whether it's a mini retreat, business if you're going, because since it's close area, even if you have like a jam-packed days during the free time, people don't have to go too far to be able to experience, grab some food, just walk around. They can go right outside the hotel versus having to like travel, take a Uber, anything of that manner to get to where everything is happening. These are some of the rooms. Love them so much. They're really nice because they're comfortable. They have the rugs. It's also in a lot of their rooms all have some type of a view. I think most of them will have some type of a city view. It's only like their deluxe ones where sometimes you may see like a building mixed with a city view. But in terms of that, the rooms itself are very comfortable, very spacious, as you can clearly see. Even their entry level rooms, honestly, you can't go wrong. But it's just nice to kind of have that comfort. And because they do accommodate to leisure travel, business, conferences, conventions, anything in that manner, they have multiple options. So they have the 1 and 2 bed option, so that whether it's, one or two people going, or people or four people going in one room, three, however it is, they can accommodate regardless. And they have multiple rooms, which definitely is a plus. Nice part about this one is, which I always say, it's always nice when you can have a restaurant, a bar, any type of thing where people also have the capabilities of being able to enjoy in the hotel, to be able to eat, relax, and they don't want to go out. Because sometimes, depending on what you're going for, if you've had a long day already out, you want something simple inside, you can definitely do it here. For the wellness and fitness people, they definitely have a gym with a view, so you can't go wrong in that manner as well. Plus, it's just nice because either way you look at it, you can still make sure you don't lose anything you typically would do at home, and you can still do it while you're here as well. This next one, which is the Hilton Providence. This one's actually a very big hotel, but I really like it because it's literally only like a short walk from like where they have their mall area. They have like their waterfront. It's right there, kind of like in the heart of Providence, but it's also nice because it's very big. So if you're going for a family vacation, if you're going for just friends getting away, or if you're trying to have like a big group people going as well, this hotel is perfect because they can have a ton of different accommodations, whether the rooms are one, two, and they even do have connecting rooms as well. So it's perfect in that aspect, but also it's nice because the building itself is great because of the location. And if you can't really see it too much in that original picture, but when you're there, the building looks a little historic too because of where it's located, and it kind of like it's really nice when you walk into the main lobby. It's gorgeous. If you've ever stayed at a Hilton brand itself, I love them because they stay true and blue to their brand. So they're definitely modern with that little touch of unique charm to wherever they are. So again, this one, they have like those browns and the darker slash lighter colors to give that warm homey feel, but I just really like it because the location, you can't beat it. And it's nice because of the fact if you want something that's kind of like mid-range where you have like amazing quality, great comfort, but you don't want to really have to pay top tier for it, this would be the best one because it gives you like that amazing star experience, great location, but you also don't have to worry about breaking the bank at the same time. Same as the other one, they do have great facilities. They have restaurants, they have fitness, and then they also have meeting spaces. And like I said, this hotel is huge. So a lot of conferences, businesses. I even had actually someone who did a mini retreat there that also used the facility because since the hotel's so big, you're able to do either one person in a room or two people. And you don't have to worry about seeing everybody who's there because the hotel's so big. So you guys can meet up whenever you need to. But sometimes if you're like, hey, going back to your room, you're relaxing until the next event, you don't have to worry about bumping into everyone who you're traveling with. So that's the bonus as well. Now we're going to move over to Newport. Newport itself, they have a lot of different offers. If you want to do some walking tours, food tours, they also do have a lot of history. They have trolleys, bus tours, all of that as well. They have a lot of history behind it because depending on the families, the mansions, and the houses in those particular areas, you can take tours to kind of experience it. They'll show you some of the original structures and they'll also show you some of the ones that have been redone as well, just kind of like restore them per se. But brings me to our next hotel, which is the Hotel Viking. This one is actually really nice. I kind of tell people it reminds me of if you stayed in probably one of like the historic mansions back in the day. The way it's outside is set, aside from the fact of knowing it's a hotel, it is gorgeous. When I tell you that the detail that they did in there really reminds me, because like I said, we did do some of the tours of the different mansions that are there as well. And it literally looks like they definitely wanted to take in the charm of their history and make sure this hotel reflected that. It's gorgeous, it's nice. You literally get top tier service in terms of when you first walk in, assistance with your bags, assistance at the front desk. If you need anything while you're there, they are pretty much 100% accommodating. And it's nice too because it's kind of one of those things where once you step into it, it's like, oh my God, like I'm on vacation, but I feel like the culture and the history of where you're staying, which is breathtaking all by itself. These are some of their rooms. Definitely, if you can tell, their rooms are 100% more traditional, which means they're they took the outside of how they wanted to create it and brought it inside the actual hotel. So you see how the detail, the colors, you even see the style of it. Like if you look at the styles of the rooms, they remind you of the historic charm. And that's where in that city, in the different tours they have, that's like going to take you in the city as well. So maybe a little bit outside of it, you're going to experience the different historic that this hotel brings to life. I love it. It's gorgeous. And it's one of the ones where it's like, wow, like you want to just take pictures before you even settle in because it's that amazing. Same thing as always. They have restaurants, facilities, they have a spa, which honestly, who doesn't want to go to an amazing destination and not have a spa? And this is the one that I really love. They have meeting spaces for them, but they also have event spaces. So this hotel is really nice because as charming as it is on the outside in their rooms, all throughout the hotel gives it still that historic charm. So when you want to have an event, the pictures here are gorgeous. The service, they make sure that you are going to get top tier service in anything you have. So whether you're having an event, family gathering, work, retreat, anything of that manner, all of their rooms are going to be designed and have that cultural historic charm to it, which really just adds to it. It's not going to be modern, it's not going to be your standard one. It's definitely going to add to the charm of where you're located, which honestly, it's perfect. And before we conclude, this one is amazing. The Vanderbilt, this one, they actually do have quite a few of their brand hotels in different locations as well. This one is this one's probably a little bit more, if I kind of had to put it in a box, I would probably say it's like historic meets a little bit of modern, but more on the historic charm. So that they have the way they design the building itself. You still have the brick structure, you still have the colors as well. But the best part about this one is also location. It's literally located right down in the historic downtown, and it's has a lot of history around it as well as when you walk through it as well. So it's really great. I kind of tell people with this particular one, you're going to get a little bit different. You're probably going to get more of it's going to be a little bit more traditional. It's modern, but it's not modern on the lighter color side. It's going to be modern on more of the dark tones. And as you can clearly see in the pictures, this is kind of like the vibe of the different rooms in the hotel, but it's also the vibe of the hotel as well when you go into it. So you're definitely going to get more. It's clean cut, it's comfortable, it's definitely spacious. It's probably not as spacious as some of the other hotels, but what they do have is the fact of when you walk into the hotel, you're getting five-star experience hands down from the moment you check in to the dining to where you're located. If you need any recommendations, you can talk to their concierge. You're getting five-star experience regardless. So if you like to go away and you want to make sure you are pretty much in top tier 5+ stars, this is where you're going to stay. But also too, because of the location, it's definitely more in the historic downtown. So if you want to be able to like walk around, maybe take some pictures and just be able to relax and take in the charm of where you are, this is the best hotel for you. And if you can clearly see, these are different pictures from inside. So you definitely have that again, like the rooms are a little bit more dark toned. You get that within the hotel itself. This one itself is a smaller one. So it's not, you can do like a small group or things in that manner. Anything that's like a big conference, big meeting space, big event, may have to do it somewhere else. Or if you're trying to host a lot of people, it may be better off at another hotel. But this one is kind of like if you're having a small get together, if you're just traveling with you, your friends, your family, even if it's just you by yourself, or even if you want to do like a small retreat, a small conference, or a small type of event that doesn't consist of a lot of people, you can definitely do it here. It's just that if it's on a larger scale, to make it easier and as stress-free and convenient, then we would definitely look into other options for you. But this one, like I said, it has the charm and the history of like feeling like you're in like a warm toned, like darker mansion, but it still has that history charms with it when they do the detail on the walls. Even when you walk in, you don't see the picture. Even when you walk into like the main lobby area itself, it's kind of just like, wow, like this is it. Because when you go outside and you see what's around it history wise, the building itself matches that. So you can't go wrong with it. And it's just really nice to experience. So with that being said, I hope you really enjoyed this. I know Rhode Island definitely was a hidden gem for me. And I definitely 100% say it is something that you should at least experience. And depending on time of the year, makes a difference as well, which that is definitely something I tend to be like, what are you looking to do? And then we can kind of take it from there in terms of the best time to actually travel. So, as always, definitely have an amazing day. Make sure you like and subscribe. As always, questions, comments, anything of that, you can leave it below or you can send us an email. We love getting all the emails from you guys, so we definitely appreciate it. And have an amazing day and talk to you guys soon. Bye.